In a spectacular turn that trembled the world in 2014, Russia occupied Ukraine and invaded Crimea. The international community was left spinning and pondering about the actual intentions behind Russia's forceful actions. Was it a pursuit for power and supremacy? Or was there something more sinister at play? In this eye-opening video, we will delve into the mysterious agendas that drove Russia's invasion of Ukraine, revealing a messy web of political manipulation, economic interests, and tactical objectives that continue to shape the future of Eastern Europe. Get ready to be astounded as we divulge the surprising truth behind one of the most substantial disputes of our time. The surprising truth. For many years, Crimea had been an inherent part of Ukraine until Russia's takeover in 2014. While Russia's official viewpoint was that it was safeguarding the rights of tribal Russians and Russian speakers in Crimea, there was more to the narrative than what met the eye. The truth was that Russia had a secret plan in Crimea, one that had been in the making for many years. From power battle to economic gain, the Ukraine crisis was not just about a power battle between Russia and Ukraine, but also about economic profit. Russia had been Ukraine's largest exchange partner, and Ukraine had been a crucial transport route for Russian gas exports to Europe. Nevertheless, when Ukraine decided to rotate towards the West, it menaced Russia's economic interests. Behind closed doors, behind the scenes, there was a lot of diplomatic manipulation that led to Russia's annexation of Ukraine. From secret discussions to backroom agreements, the events leading up to the Ukraine crisis were far from transparent. In 2021, Russia commenced two considerable military buildups near the Russo-Ukrainian border, first in March and April, and then from October 2021 to February 2022. In spite of recurrent rejections by members of the Russian government, including government spokesman Dmitry Peskov and Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov, pressures were high as Russia's rationalized national security policy published in May 2021 specified that Russia could use influential methods to protect its dominion and regional honor, a contest of geopolitical chess. Russia's annexation of Ukraine was not just an impulsive act of hostility, but a deliberate move in a larger game of geopolitical chess. Nikolai Patrushev, Putin's chief national security advisor, assumed that the West had been involved in a secretive war with Russia for years, adding up to the tension. Sources indicate that the judgment to occupy Ukraine was made by Putin and a small group of entities in his inner circle, together with Patrushev and Minister of Defense Sergei Shoigu. Countdown to catastrophe. Russia's conquest of Ukraine had significant fears and concerns, not just for Ukraine, but also for the rest of Eastern Europe. It ignited fears of a new Cold War and raised fears about Russia's intentions towards its neighbors. Within 4 days of the incursion of Ukraine, President Putin put Russia's nuclear forces on high alert, increasing concerns that strategic nuclear weapons could be used or the dispute could worsen. All through April, Putin and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made numerous threats indicating the use of nuclear weapons against Ukraine and countries advocating Ukraine. CIA Director William Burns cautioned on April 14th that possible despair in the face of defeat could lead Putin to use strategic nuclear weapons. Unyielding resistance of Ukraine. In the midst of the Russian incursion, Ukrainian civilians valiantly fought back by volunteering for regional defense units, creating improvised obstacles, and assisting to transfer refugees. They also reacted to calls from Ukraine's transportation agency by changing road signs, obstructing roadways, and managing unplanned street protests against Russian forces in inhabited areas. As the dispute continued, Ukrainian civilians categorized as guerrillas, especially in the wooded north and east of the country, with the Ukrainian military declaring plans to introduce a large-scale guerrilla campaign to counter its conventional defense in opposition to the Russian invasion. The flexibility and fortitude of Ukrainian civilians in the face of adversity expressed their unwavering dedication to safeguarding their country's independence and freedom. The ghosts of the past. The Ukraine crisis was not just about the present, but also about the past. Historical conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, together with the legacy of the Soviet Union and the Crimean War, portrayed a substantial role in the Ukraine dispute. Don't be left in the dark about the reality behind Russia's annexation of Ukraine. It's a tricky network of political maneuvering, economic concerns, and strategic intentions that persist to shape the future of Eastern Europe. Keep yourself up to date and stay cautious, because the world is always altering, and you never know what could happen next. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content.